Have you ever seen American tourists? We're probably easy to spot. Americans are known for dressing very casually. Well, that and also speaking rather loudly. Maybe it's too kind to say we dress casually. Some people would outright call us slobs. We may deserve that criticism sometimes, like when some of us head to the ballet or other theater performances in jeans and sneakers. But we actually can dress nicely, it's just that we often don't, and often no one is requiring us to. There are upscale restaurants, for example, with a dress code, but most Americans dine out at casual restaurants, and the managers don't care if you just rolled out of bed. They're happy to welcome paying customers even in ripped and wrinkled clothing. Of course, there are basic requirements in public. Some business establishments post signs, no shirt, no shoes, no service. This means you have to at least have on shoes and a shirt in order to be served. You need to understand that for many Americans, comfort is a priority. A lot of the time, you'll see us in athletic wear or active wear. Some people wear workout clothes even when they're not working out. The same is true of yoga pants. I admit that I stopped going to yoga class, but I still own and sometimes wear my yoga pants. What can I say? They're comfortable. Bike shorts are also popular because they're stretchy. And hey, isn't it great that you don't have to iron any of this stuff? Do you know that sweatpants have been around for over 100 years? Of course, for many decades, they were reserved for activities that actually made you sweat. But little by little, sweatpants became an everyday article of clothing for Americans. We're not so bad that we wear sweatpants to work, but for a trip to the grocery store, they're acceptable. Maybe that surprises you. If that didn't, maybe this will. Did you know that some Americans take casual to the extreme and wear pajama pants outside the home? To the store, to school, on walks with the dog, and people don't look twice. Sweatshirts have also become very popular casual wear. Sweatshirts are like t-shirts in that they allow us to express our likes and our affiliations. Go to any college campus store and you'll see all kinds of expensive sweatshirts being sold. We wear clothing with school logos, sports team logos, city names, and other things we love. Last year, I bought a sweatshirt from my son's college in my show of support for his school. And at one event, they gave me a free cap and t-shirt, so now I own 3 articles of clothing with the school colors. But you know what one of my favorite school shirts is? It's for the Starfleet Academy. You have to be a Star Trek fan to understand that reference. I keep this t-shirt in my pajama drawer. It's too big for me, so it makes a nice sleep shirt. Okay, so I just mentioned baseball caps. This is one thing I've grown to dislike. Americans, especially the guys, wear baseball caps way too often. Sometimes they're hiding a bad hair day, but for many, it's just become a habit. I guess I don't mind too much, but in this respect, I'm a bit old-fashioned. I think guys should remove their caps at the dinner table. At a live event recently, I couldn't see the stage well because the man in front of me wore a baseball cap, and he liked to nod in agreement a lot. He also turned his head this way and that, so he often blocked my view. At least sweatpants and sweatshirts don't obstruct others' views. Before I leave the topic of sweatshirts fully behind, I need to tell you about hoodies. These are sweatshirts with hoods. For some people, they're an alternative to a jacket. Americans like to dress in layers. Hoodies often go over t-shirts. They can also be worn under a jacket, and the hood can substitute for a hat. Incidentally, not all of our t-shirts are oversized and sloppy. We also buy so-called luxury t-shirts or premium tees that are free of big logos and bright graphics. They can be paired with nice jeans or dress pants. Yes, we do usually own at least one pair of nice jeans, meaning they don't have rips, holes, or stains. They're usually dark in color. There's one awful trend with baggy jeans that will hopefully end in my lifetime. Some young American men wear very loose-fitting jeans, and they're constantly sagging down from the waist, so half a guy's underwear is showing. I can't figure out why this is considered a cool look, but to each his own, as we say. It's fair to say that Americans love jeans. In fact, we also like denim jackets. But there are other favorites. Alternatives to jeans are khakis and cargo pants. Both men and women wear these. They're both durable and, you guessed it, comfortable. In fact, many companies that have a dress code require employees to wear either dark jeans or khakis, along with a polo shirt. If a warm layer is needed, then a pullover or a full zip fleece is a common choice. American men still wear dress shirts, and they'll put on a tie if it's an important occasion, but polo shirts are a compromise. They have a collar, but they're soft and stretchy like a t-shirt. Honestly, it's not often you see American men in suits and ties. Of course, most grooms still wear a tuxedo, but some American couples choose to dress down on their wedding day. Do you know what else has changed over the years? It used to be the norm to wear black dress clothes for funerals, but even here, etiquette has relaxed. It would still be in bad taste to wear bright colors and ultra-casual athletic wear to a funeral home, but people are generally more casual these days, and other colors have become normal. As I was saying earlier, not many men wear a suit and tie to work every day. Dress shirts are still common, and it looks nice to tuck them in, but in many offices, it wouldn't be an infraction to have an untucked shirt. Women, too, have become more casual on work days. Skirts are still fashionable, but in colder weather, they're not practical. Both women and men have found that a stylish blazer can be paired with casual pants, and this is an acceptable look for the workplace. As far as school goes, it depends. There are some schools that have a uniform, and some have a dress code, so students can't show up in swimsuits. But here in Massachusetts, I've seen all kinds of fashion choices among the youth. What some may call beachwear, others call their daily wardrobe. I've seen teens go to school in shorts in the wintertime. And what's on their feet? Flip-flops. Kids argue that they're comfortable and it's easy to put them on and take them off. I'll admit that I own flip-flops, but I don't wear them often. I actually inherited a few pairs from my cousins when they cleaned out their closets. One kind of footwear I don't own is called Crocs. They don't suit my taste at all, but they've certainly become popular among young people. Crocs are slightly better than flip-flops because they have a back strap, but they really don't offer much foot support. I wouldn't attempt to run around a track in them. Not everyone goes around in flimsy shoes. Many Americans wear sneakers. In fact, most of us own more than one pair. Some have quite an extensive collection. For women especially, we like to have athletic shoes for actual physical activity, and then at least one nicer, more fashionable pair of sneakers for social events. I confess to owning 4 pairs of sneakers. One is my everyday pair for walking the dog and going to the grocery store. The others are more stylish and go well with casual clothes when I want to look just a little dressy. By the way, did you know that different parts of the country call athletic shoes by different names? I grew up in Pennsylvania saying tennis shoes, but here in New England, I learned to say sneakers. The funny thing is that Americans tend to own a lot of shoes and clothes, so you'd think that we would look stylish every day. And to be fair, some do. There are well-dressed people in this country. But I guess the majority of us prefer comfortable, casual wear, so we fall back on our usual favorites: jeans, tees, and sneakers. We reserve our nicer clothing for special occasions. So what do you think? Can you forgive us Americans for dressing very casually most of the time? Let me know your opinion of American fashion in the comments. I hope you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on this topic. You can access the full transcript and download the PDF as a free member of my English with Jennifer community on Patreon. Visit my website to learn how to join, englishwithjennifer.com. Thanks for listening, and happy studies.